Welcome to Manifesting Through Motherhood. I'm your host, Lindsay Williams, a self-development mentor, entrepreneur and author, dedicated to helping busy mums like you manifest success, balance and create passive income on your terms. With years of experience in mindset, manifestation, fitness, parenting and business growth, I share simple yet powerful strategies to help you transform your life without the overwhelm. If you're ready to up-level your mindset, build a thriving business and create the life you truly deserve, you're in the right place. You can also find all my books on Amazon, packed with tools to help you manifest and grow. So don't forget to follow the podcast to be updated on all new episodes. And let's get going. Welcome back, guys. And I know I keep banging on about the feedback, but you've all been amazing this week. Been loving the episodes. I even had a listener. She's actually a really good friend, Sarah. You know what? It's nice when friends send messages, because sometimes in life we have friends that don't give us compliments, that don't really have to say nice things. People don't have to say nice things. But you know when people are genuine and you know that they're being truthful in what they say, because the level of what they say, they don't have to say it. So my friend Sarah messaged me. Obviously, she'd seen the episode where, let me just read the message now, about the one where the Invisible Lord. And she said, I was just thinking about that today. And she said, it was strange because she'd put it on and she just seen my post. She was like, oh my God, I've got some podcast to catch up on with you. And she was like, oh my God, yeah. I said, how are you? But she's like, yeah, just juggling life, you know. And then she put, you are so intelligent. You really know your stuff and worked so hard to do so amazing. Thanks, Sarah. You are so amazing too. And do you know what? It's lovely when friends get you and listen to the podcast as well. It's so grateful because you want your friends to listen to the podcast. And it is weird that you can get like imposter syndrome sometimes when you are launching a podcast, because that can happen because when I first launched my podcast, I was like, oh, what if like exes listen, or, you know, you always think like an ex-boyfriend or an ex like work, like someone that you've worked with. It's funny. It's a funny feeling because you're on this podcast talking with authority, with your niche of what you're talking about, and you know what you're talking about. But you still like go back into, you retreat into your little person because you think, what if they think like, oh, who does she think she is? Because we always think that, even now, like, but I feel like I've been doing it long enough now to step into my own energy and my own character. I think we should give ourselves a little bit more like credit, because sometimes we don't give credit where due, do we really? But we should accept these compliments. And it was just like, oh, thank you so much. But she's not been the only one. I've had so many different compliments this week. And obviously the ladies that I shouted out to messaged me. I was like, thank you so much for shouting out. Because everybody's going through things at the minute. You know, everybody's got life. Everybody's got things going on. And that's why I thought today I'm going to do this episode. Because it really does fit in the minute for a lot of things. And this is what happened to me when I was like, turned 40. And it was like after lockdown. And you know what, things just change and life changes. And it's signs that you are outgrowing your old life and why that's a good thing. So let me ask you something. Have you ever had that quiet feeling that your life still fits, but somehow you don't fit inside it the same way anymore? Nothing is necessarily wrong, but something feels different. You feel restless, like you're craving more, like your tolerance for negativity has dropped dramatically. The environments you used to shrink inside feel uncomfortable. And suddenly, you're seeing what you deserve with a clarity you didn't have before. If this is you, I want you to hear this straight away. This is not ingratitude. This is called expansion. You are not becoming difficult. You are becoming aligned. Today, we're going to talk about one of the biggest signs of personal growth. Outgrowing the version of you that once kept your life safe, but is keeping it small. So let's look at signs that you're outgrowing your own life. Growth rarely arrives loudly. It shows up as a whisper first, a quiet discomfort. And you might notice you feel restless even when life looks fine. You crave deeper conversations, Surface level connection no longer fulfills you. You're protecting your energy more. You don't tolerate negativity like you used to. And for the first time, you recognise your own worth without needing someone else to validate it. And that is not you becoming selfish. That is self-awareness. And self-awareness changes everything. Because once you see your value, you cannot unsee it. Many women panic at this stage. They think, why am I not satisfied? Shouldn't I just be grateful? Let me reframe that for you. You can be grateful and ready for more. Gratitude does not mean settling. Sometimes the most grateful thing you can do is honour your growth. Growth is uncomfortable and we have to normalise it. Here is something I wish more women were told. Growth is supposed to feel uncomfortable because evolution requires you to release familiarity. You can love your life and want to expand it. You can adore your children and still have ambitions. You can feel grateful and still desire more for yourself. Motherhood does not cancel your evolution. If anything, it often awakens it. Because one day you realise you're not just raising children, you're modelling what self-worth looks like, what courage looks like, what going after your life looks like. So let me say this, you are allowed to reinvent yourself, even if nobody around you is changing. Because sometimes the hardest part of growth is being the first person in the room who decides to expand. Not everyone will understand it. Not everyone is assigned your life. We always look around the room and look online and look at other women. And even if it's just up-leveling your car, your home, your wardrobe, your weight, everything. Last year was my weight. And I'm still reinventing myself now. Because now I've lost the weight, I don't know what to wear. Because I'm like, well, I'm not 20 anymore. I'm in my 40s. So I want classy clothes. I want clothes that fit my age, that look good. But I've done so much growth on me over the last couple of years. What I was doing and where I was working a couple of years ago, I was probably being a bit soft. The money mindset needed sorting out. Everything just needed a little tweak and upgrade. And I was looking at people in the room and I used to think, do you want to live this life? Are you happy with this life? And do you know what? I've come to the conclusion that some people are just happy being them. And it does frustrate me sometimes because I think, do you not want more from life? Is it the fact they don't want more, or is it the fact that they don't know that they can have more, or they're very comfortable in what they're doing? But are you still that person that complains that they haven't got enough money, time, abundance? The things that you want more of, we have to work hard to change. Like we know if we want more money, we maybe go up with our work or set up our own business. It's looking at what we can improve around us. Because everybody will try and keep us in a box and keep us small. And it will trigger us at first when we're trying to up level. If I'd have woke up tomorrow and had a podcast and my book and everything else that I'm doing, it would have been too much for my system. I couldn't have handled it all. I've done it in a way. I did a 5-year plan. And this is what I wanted to achieve by the 5 years, and everything's there. And it's like, now what? What do I do now? I'm happy. I'm comfortable with what I'm doing. But I'm ready for more. Because I've opened the door for more. The brain is expanded. I've learned so much, so many new words and like beliefs. And over the last couple of years, we just learn, and we have to learn if we want to grow. I haven't got a fixed mindset. My mindset is fully open. It's a growth mindset. I am ready. Sometimes we have to halt things when things go on, like if we're having children or if we're poorly. Sometimes things have to take a setback, a back seat, but we don't have to keep there. We can keep moving forwards. Let's look at the identity shift. Here is where most people get stuck. They try to change their life without changing their identity. But your life will only grow to that level that your self-image allows. So instead of asking, why isn't my life changing? Start asking, what would the next level version of me do here? Not the tired version, not the doubting version, Not the woman still playing small to keep everyone comfortable. The expanded version. Would she speak up? Would she go for the opportunity? Would she set the boundary? Would she start before she feels ready? Confidence is not built before action. Confidence is built through action. And every single time you choose courage over comfort, you cast a vote for the woman you are becoming. And eventually that woman becomes your normal. So let's look at a reset exercise. I want to give you something simple but powerful to start your week. So grab a pen and paper, and even if it's just for a couple of minutes, and I want you to complete these sentences. The woman I am leaving behind is, maybe she overthinks, maybe she seeks permission, maybe she doubts herself. The woman I am becoming is she calm, decisive, confident, brave, self-trusting? And one decision my future would make this week. Then go to make it. Not next month, not when you feel ready, this week. Because clarity comes from movement, not waiting. When you start to take action, something starts to shift internally. You stop consuming growth and you start embodying it. At some point in your life, the version of you that once kept you safe will start to feel too small. Don't ignore that moment. Do not shrink yourself back into old spaces just because they are familiar. Expansion can feel scary, but so does staying stuck once you know there is more meant for you. And I want to leave you with this. Your next life is going to cost you your old one. And that is not a loss, that is alignment. Have the courage to outgrow. Because the woman waiting for you on the other side of this is growth. And you are going to thank her for it. And I just wanted to add a little bit of more motivation today, because this really stuck with me, and I was thinking about everything that I've done in the last couple of years. And every time I've put a thought into it, I always thought of what will people think and how is it going to feel. And this is where I put manifesting into everything, putting everything on my vision board, writing everything down in my journal and my planner. The micro goals, those time blocking sessions where I've put things in my diary, where I've set a goal, like publishing my book. I had to have time to write the book, make the front cover, publish it. It gave me lots of headache, but I did it. And the feeling around it was amazing. And I've got this business to grow from my book and my podcast. So even if it's writing a book, launching a podcast, setting up a small business, you can do it. Because we're all capable of anything we want to do. I've done so many qualifications over the years, started in the hair and beauty industry, done all coaching in between, then re-qualified as a personal trainer. And if level 3 didn't satisfy me enough, I had to do every other qualification around fitness because I just needed it. I just thought, I want to be the best, I want to do everything. But then the fitness industry, working online, working in the gyms, changed when lockdown happened. The industry is a little more challenging than I thought. But I knew it would take me to a journey. And that journey was this podcast and the coaching and the supporting, the one-to-ones. Everything would just embody and come together. And I would make it work. Because the coaching, everything works together. So I've created my courses. I do the one-to-ones. And it doesn't really impact my salon work. So I've made it work. And the niche is the same. Busy mums. Busy mums in the salon. Busy mums listening to the podcast. I'm still helping. You don't have to be a busy mum to launch a podcast. You might have friends that want to launch a podcast and send them my way or write a book. But you know what? Everything that I've achieved, I've self-taught. Every single thing. You don't have to tell people what you're doing. You just do it yourself. Even if it's just setting up a self-care routine. Doing something for you. We all set up at the end of the week something for us. Even if it's going to eat well. So we're like, order gusto or, something for us to try. And it might be a fitness routine. So this week I'm going to do so many steps. We're all doing something. There's so much consumption online that we are constantly taking information in because we are wanting to up-level our lives all the time because we see it. We're not always Like years ago, we got told at school to go and get a niche, go to college, work, get a pension, all that. But now we don't have to limit ourselves. We can do that, but we can also set up our own business. I like being so flexible. My week is so different, and it helps me manage my mindset as well. And my life helps me be a mum and with a child with additional needs as well. I wouldn't be able to do all that. All this all comes together because I'm able to manage my own diary. So when you're thinking about doing something new for you, just think of the positives and what would that mean for you and your family. Just achieving something for you, something small. It just really helps your mental health, helps your growing and growing yourself through personal growth. It's the dopamine that just surrounds and floods your body is amazing because we can achieve, like you think that we can do so many things within a month. As if we chose not to do that thing, or we do that thing, or them things. But then how's our brain done that? Because it's opened. Our brains have expanded and opened. And I self-taught. I did the research. I taught myself to become an author. Because I thought, you know what? Who's going to do it for me? I'm going to have to do some legwork. I'm going to have to do my own research. I'm going to have to maybe outsource. And the podcast, I didn't have a clue. I just did it. I think that's the great thing is where I started on like season 1 to where I am now. I'm actually going to start listening to him, but I'm going to listen to him with a lot of cringe because I'm like, it's funny the way I used to speak, like, and like, and you know, maybe I do say that now and again still, but I'm more comfortable behind the microphone. I am a bit of a chatterbox, so I'm a fast talker, so I've had to slow down quite a lot because I'm not doing a two-way chat, I'm talking just to you guys, which is strange because you do listen to this eventually, but I'm here recording this in my own, I've got my like loungewear on now, so it just goes to show you don't need a fancy, I've got my little own studio at home, it can be as comfortable as you want it to be. And just stay in your own lane. Like with podcasts at the minute, I'm seeing everyone's doing the audio, but the thing is, it's too much pressure. People are doing the visual side of it. But I don't, even people that have got visual podcasts, I just listen on audio because I need to walk around the house. And even if I've got it on YouTube, I still have to do things. So like if I'm in the car or doing some ironing, I need the audio. And I think all my listeners love the audio. And to be honest, I'd probably put a lot of pressure on myself if I was to record myself, because if I need to take a break, sometimes my son shouts, I need a drink, I need a cough, the doorbell goes. It's life happens. I'm a busy mom like you guys, you know, so, but yeah, just, I think finding you, sometimes it doesn't matter what age you are, I don't know who you are, like listening to the podcast, I know some of you guys, but it doesn't matter if you're a certain age and you're thinking I can't do something, we're all reinventing ourselves all the time. Our brains couldn't cope if we didn't reinvent ourselves. Our personal journey is something. We are on this planet to grow, to learn, to take in life and everything that's beautiful in it. And that's what we need to start opening ourselves up to. And this is why I listen to the podcast, because I want you to start challenging yourself a little bit, even if it's setting up a little business, going for a run. I know Sarah, she's always doing like part runs and she's running all the time, but she's like, I won't be able to run like that. And I'm a qualified fitness instructor because I'm not trained myself. So it's all about learning something. Maybe if I started going running, but I've got like cartilage issues with my knee, so I wouldn't really want to start, triggering my knee. But there's things that I can find for me. I like my strength work. I like using weights. So I'm doing a bit of boxing. We all have something for ourselves that we love to do. And like I said, we don't have to tell people. We can do our little celebrations behind the scenes and then we can celebrate after online. So it's just about being open to change, to do, looking at what will suit us. Write down your skills. What could I do for me? Learn a new language, something. Go for that promotion. Set up my own business. Set up a blog. Set up a community. There's so much we can do, but we do limit ourselves sometimes. Set up a new self-care routine, something that we can do for ourselves, that this week think, actually, what can I achieve? Like, what's achievable for the week? You might have a busy week, but you might be just something small that you want to focus on. And that's all it is just focusing on it. manifesting it, doing your planning, doing your journaling, setting out your goals, and then just running with it. Don't think about it. Get off your phone and start doing some goals. Start manifesting something for you, something exciting. Like I've said before, manifesting doesn't have to look big and huge and grand. It can be small, easy, and that's what I do. I do a lot of easy, small goals for the week, manifest, and just work with the universe and ask it to help me out and work with me and work alongside me. And it seems to just fall in place nicely. So it's about trusting the universe and trusting what you can do as well. Because if we limit ourselves, then we're going to struggle. So anyway, I'm going to go now. So have a great day. And I will speak to you all soon. And happy manifesting. Bye for now. If you're feeling called to go deeper, to align more, create more, and really step into that next version of you, you'll find everything you need in my link tree. From my book, Manifesting Through Motherhood, to powerful resources and ways we can work together. It's all there waiting for you. Come and find me on Instagram or Facebook. I love hearing what landed with you. Don't forget to follow the podcast, and if this episode spoke to you, please share it with someone who is on their own journey too. And happy manifesting.